No problem. Hello there. Okay, so thanks all for coming to the meeting. Again, the idea, as always, is to make a summary of the work we have been doing during the last 2 weeks, when in this case it was a bit more than 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. So let's start. Let me share my screen. I have here a summary of the projects we have been working on. Tell me once you can see it. Yeah, okay. So, well, this is an internal document, but here I have the information about the projects we have been working on. In this case, in the last sprint, we could deliver, or I mean, they were deployed in production, the post-review form, content template, and content template item. Well, content template is currently being delivered. It's currently being deployed. This sprint was a bit different from previous one because everything that was planned, at least half of what was planned, was postponed due to some other priorities in the middle. So most of these are bugs or things that we have been working on, which were not contemplated on our planning meeting. For you to know, we have been working on well, the booking with chat text input that Juan will present in a few minutes. We have also been working on the pencil icon shift of loading, center number of travelers. Well, all these three are related to car funnel B or to funnel B. Then we have been, we have waited for a few days for the QA feedback from our navigation bar. We have recently received it, and as I told you today on our daily meeting, most of this feedback we believe was created because the QA was not taking into account the workaround we have created for her. Sorry if there is a dog outside barking. So we will fix one or two things. I mean, one fix and two new requirements that both Aurelian and the designer suggested. And after that, I will request the external QA to check everything again, because we believe that most of the comments she had left to us are related to this, that she has tested everything inside the storybook, and we have this famous issue with the iframe, which was which makes this navigation bar not work properly. Apart from that, we have the content template item. Sorry, we have the product section, the daily itinerary day component that Florencia has been working on. She will also present it. We have already tested it, and we are ready to send the PR for external code review. Then we have been also working on some other bugs for car funnel B or tour funnel B, and we have these two remaining tasks, which we hope to start working on them today: the booking with chat date range and the booking with chat update pickup location component. Both of them were requested by Aurelian, and I think we will be able to start with them today. The last is tour funnel C new value prop, which is, well, we thought about starting with it in this sprint at the beginning of the sprint, but then it was less priority than the rest of the tasks, so we postpone it until next sprint. Okay.
Seba, one question: the gray line is splitting one sprint from the other one?
No. In this case, I use it just to understand what requires our attention and what is on external code review, QA, whatever. So in this case, I have recently updated this, so I have to move them here.
Okay.
Thanks for the clarification. So yes, it helps me visually to understand what is on our hands and what is on external hands. So, well, it would be great if Fleur, if you can start sharing your screen and showing how this daily itinerary day is working.
Yes, of course. So let me share the screen. Tell me when you're looking for it.
Yep. Wait a second.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this project number 105 was to include the content template that inside of it had the content template item to the daily itinerary day. So the task was like an update this component, to update this component. And so we can see here that we have the daily itinerary day, and inside of it we have the content template and then the content template item. Then we can collapse it and we can see that all works fine. And we can see it in different sizes too. Like, for example, the iPhone. So it has the content template. It has the content template item 2. For example, in iPad, tablet. So it has the content template 2, the content template item, and well, here's another item too. So, well, in this component, the main task was that it was to include this component, but while we test this component, our QA discover other issues that it come from the development branch, like spacing issues between the description and the content template. For example, the description and the banner, and when it's collapsed too, between the text and the arrow, and also a bug into the number of the line that we want to show, because on the mockup they say that we have to show 4 lines, and the component it was shown it's shown like 5 lines. So also the description text, the style, the size of the text, and the line height, and stuff of that kind of things. And for the last things, we include other external fix that Aurelian required to include to the PR2. And the last thing was discover a bug that is only for big sizes of resolutions, and I cannot show here because the issue is already in development, and it was like the height of this div that is hide the last line is like not correct words. You can see on development 2, and I create a bug for that, and I solve this too. For the last thing about this component, we discover other bug that we didn't solve now, but we can report it. And it's about a text that appears here only in devices, in mobile devices, like here, and it's like cut off, and I think that maybe we can.
It's just the picture.
Okay, yeah, maybe the picture. Yes, with the QA, we didn't know what we should do for that, but yes.
There's nothing you can do about the picture. I mean, it's just a picture. So.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Flor. So yes, just to summarize, thanks for the presentation. Just to summarize, well, Aurelian is very aware of this, but this component took much more than expected, because each time we were testing it, we were detecting new bugs that were coming from the base component, once, and so we decided we arranged with Aurelian, and each time we detected a bug, we estimated, and he suggested if we should proceed with it or not, and we finally fixed most of them, I think. Even the last one regarding when there is a huge screen where you are seeing the component, well, we also fix it. So yes, we in this sprint, it was something very common from between different components, that when we were working on them, we found issues. Some of them were minor issues, minor design issues, but well, we tried to fix most of them. At least, well, if they were taking too much time, we left them, but everything was agreed with Aurelian. So, well, this was a great example, and we decided to present this because it also summarized the content template item, and the daily itinerary all together in the same place. So that was something. I don't know, Juan, can you share your?
Seba, sorry,
Yeah.
can you repeat what is the status of this?
No, it is ready. It is ready. We are preparing the PR for sending it for external code review.
For external code review, okay.
Correct. Yeah. Juan, do you want to share your screen to present the?
Yes, of course. Let me know when you can see a screen.
Yes,
now, yes.
Okay, great. Well, this component I already showed a preview in one of our chats in Slack, so there's not a lot of much to show. But basically, it's just added an input inside the base component of the booking widget base component. We tried to leave as much of the props that the base component have to be usable in the new component. So basically, you have the title text, the subtitles, even if you didn't use it, and even if it wasn't in the requirement, because it was already done in the base component. So why don't use it again in this component? You can obviously don't use it, and there won't be any issues. We just pass an undefined value to the base component, which uses normally, like you expect. Here we have the input inside the base component. Of course, the caret in the input is not exactly as in the design, because making it 1 pixel wider, even though you would expect like making I think 1 pixel wider, it's easy. There's not much you can do with the caret because there are no CSS attributes that, except for the color, which is quite new. There are not a lot of CSS attributes that impact the caret of the text input. So yeah, we just leave it as 1 pixel caret, which is, I think it's fine. Well, you have 3 states: initial in gray, draft when you are writing something, and you can press enter or go out of focus of the input, and it will trigger a callback, which will pass to the parent component the exact input that you wrote. So yeah, basically that's the whole component. You can also use enter to submit. You can change this main icon. The icons are, we just used randomly selected icons from the SVG icon list, from the SVG icon component. So some of them are gray, some of them are black, but we would expect like the icon to be made exactly for this component. As far as we know, there weren't any predefined icon that we should use. We should just take it from the props, and that is what we are doing right now. So that is great. And yeah, there's not much more to show here. When we revised to development just before doing the PR, in development you now have 100% width, like in this example of the parent. This was, I think Aurelian mentioned, this was to fix some issues on mobile. but when you place it inside an already defined width of a parent, it looks good. So yeah, basically that's it.
Thank you very much, Juan.
You're welcome.
Great. So, okay, just a few more things. Well, to summarize the sprint, it was, as I said, I believe a good sprint for us. We started with a plan, but then regarding the, well, of course, the priority of the project, we decided to start attending new tasks and fixing some external bugs. I think, and I will contact Alex after this meeting just to define how to proceed regarding external QA, just not to fall again in this issue, because the external QA is losing time, maybe testing it wrongly or in a different way, and it would be great if we can improve that. Yes, sorry.
So it's a good thing you touched on that. There's one thing that happened this year. A Storybook got an update, and this new update includes links to open the iframe and everything. So we don't have to train people to do any magical methods. So perhaps we can. I don't know who will take it forward, but update Storybook to the newest version.
Yes, we know about that. See, we did investigation and know that they ditched the iframe and added the possibility to open it in a new tab. The thing is, we tried to update it swiftly to see if it was a lot of effort to do, and seems like it brought a few problems. So we left it as a backlog task to consult you about that.
It created problems to do the upgrade?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we had a few webpack problems.
Okay. Okay. So yeah. So it might be a bigger project to upgrade it. You need to upgrade other.
Yeah, we
areas.
can do it if you want once you decided to go on. But the funny thing here is that, for example, navigation bar, for example, Dan was testing it in his local machine. He has a newer version of Storybook, and most of these bugs were not present there. So once we deploy it to the testing to the Amazon machine, we start having these issues, and we realized it was something regarding the version. But this functionality that you say is better, even better.
Yeah, so yeah, we probably need just to create a project for upgrading Storybook. So if it's going to improve our workflow, especially to reduce friction of testing, so that we're not wasting the tester time, and he doesn't know that he's doing it incorrectly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good idea. Okay, so from now on, we, as I said, we have, let me review, we will be applying some fixes for navigation bar requested on QA, which are not too much, and some new features that we have agreed with Aurelian and Karsten, the designer, before going back to external QA. Then we will also be working